Trapped in the Blizzard, a chilling tale of survival and terror. In the heart of a merciless blizzard, a weary traveler sought refuge in a remote, seemingly abandoned house. The snowstorm's fury obscured any path forward, making this shelter an unintended sanctuary in the wilderness. Upon entering, the protagonist stumbled upon a trove of old newspapers and faded photographs, revealing the house's unsettling history. Tales of vanished occupants and mysterious happenings painted a grim picture of their newfound haven. As night deepened, a fleeting glimpse of a shadowy figure outside the storm-tossed windows sent a shiver down their spine. The figure vanished as quickly as it appeared, leaving only the howling wind in its wake. The previously welcomed silence of the house now echoed with menacing undertones. Isolation gnawed at the protagonist's resolve, transforming each creak and whisper of the house into a chorus of unseen threats. Then, strange noises began to permeate the structure's ancient walls. Soft, inexplicable footsteps above and the faint sound of something dragging in the distance frayed the protagonist's nerves, setting the stage for a night of sleepless vigil. In the dim light, the protagonist stumbled upon a hidden door, its edges cloaked in years of dust. Pushing it open revealed a network of forgotten rooms, each filled with unsettling relics of a bygone era. Antique mirrors with faces half seen in the tarnish, dolls with glassy eyes that seemed to follow, and old photographs of people whose stern gazes pierced the silence. The house, previously thought to be devoid of modern connectivity, left the protagonist feeling utterly isolated as attempts to reach the outside world failed. The once reliable cell phone lay silent, its screen a dark mirror to the protagonist's growing despair. As the protagonist explored further, signs of recent, sinister activities became unmistakably clear. Fresh marks scratched into the wooden floors, furniture arranged in disturbing patterns, and tools that seemed oddly out of place for a house long abandoned. Amidst the eerie stillness, cryptic messages began to surface. Carved into the walls, written in dust on the windowsills, they all carried the same ominous warning: leave. Each message was a chilling reminder of the house's dark embrace. Then, as night deepened, a power outage snuffed out the last vestiges of light, plunging the house into an impenetrable darkness. The protagonist's heart raced, each beat echoing the heightened tension that now filled the air. In the dead of night, the protagonist stumbled upon a hidden diary, its pages yellowed with age. The diary revealed the dark past of the house, telling tales of unspeakable horrors and tragic demise that chilled the spine. Haunted by the discoveries, sleep became a rare commodity. That night, unsettling dreams invaded the protagonist's rest, merging nightmares with reality. Voices whispered from the shadows, and visions of the past played like a broken film. The next day, a shadowy figure appeared inside the house, vanishing before any sense could be made of it. Its presence was as unsettling as it was mysterious, leaving a trail of cold air in its wake. Outside, fresh footprints marred the pristine snow, leading nowhere. These tracks hinted at an unnatural origin of the figure, suggesting it was no mere trespasser. The implications made the protagonist's blood run cold. Digging deeper into the house's history, the protagonist uncovered a legend. It spoke of a cursed occupant, bound by vengeance, seeking to enact revenge upon any who dared enter. The tale added a sinister weight to every creak and whisper of the house. Whispers filled the air, a chilling symphony of unseen voices that seemed to emanate from within the walls themselves. The protagonist's heart raced as the soft murmurs grew louder, a relentless crescendo of fear. In an attempt to quell the growing terror, the protagonist discovered a hidden passage behind a loose stone in the fireplace. The narrow, dust-choked corridor promised secrets and perhaps a way to understand the house's mysteries. The passage led to a sinister underground chamber, its walls adorned with strange symbols and the remnants of what appeared to be dark rituals. The air was thick with an unnameable dread, hinting at unspeakable acts. Setting traps seemed like the only rational action, a way to protect against the unknown. The protagonist worked through the night, fortifying entrances and windows, each creak and whisper fueling a growing sense of desperation. As the blizzard outside intensified, so did the protagonist's isolation. Cut off from the world, with no hope of immediate rescue, the reality of the situation settled in like a cold weight, inescapable and all-consuming. In the dimly lit corridor, the protagonist faced the shadowy figure at last, their breath fogging in the icy air. The revelation that followed chilled them more than the blizzard outside. The figure was a cursed soul, bound to the house by a dark past and seeking release through the protagonist's demise. Attempting to flee, the protagonist found themselves in a terrifying chase through the snow-blanketed wilderness. The figure, relentless and seemingly invincible, pursued with eerie silence, its presence more felt than seen amid the swirling snow. Armed with the knowledge of the figure's tragic history, the protagonist realized its vulnerability lay in its own sorrow and the curse that anchored it to the world of the living. A plan began to form, a daring gambit to exploit this weakness and turn the tide in their favor. Under the cloak of the storm, the protagonist confronted the figure, their resolve hardening against the howling wind. It was a battle of wills, where every moment teetered on the brink of survival or doom. In this heart of darkness, the protagonist's courage was the only light. With a combination of wit and newfound understanding, the protagonist managed to uncover the truth behind the haunting. This revelation became the key to ending the figure's torment and, in turn, the curse that plagued the house. In the thick of the storm, an unexpected figure emerged from the shadows, offering a glimmer of hope. This ally, knowledgeable in the dark lore of the house, proposed a daring plan to end the nightmare. Armed with insights from the hidden diary, they ventured into the heart of darkness within the house. The protagonist, now not alone, felt a surge of courage. Together, they prepared to confront the source of the haunting. The battle was fierce, with the protagonist and their ally facing the spectral figure in a final standoff. They channeled every ounce of their newfound knowledge, fighting not just for survival but for liberation from the curse. Triumphantly, they banished the figure, breaking the curse that had held the house in its icy grip for generations. As the figure dissipated, so did the storm, symbolizing the end of the long night of terror. Reflecting on their ordeal, the protagonist stood in the now peaceful house, the storm clearing outside. The experience, though harrowing, had unveiled a strength they never knew they possessed, forever changing them.